When God is preparing two people to date each other, one of the most essential elements in this divine preparation is recognizing the right timing. In life, everything has its season, and relationships are no exception. God's timing is perfect, and often it takes patience, understanding, and trust to fully recognize when He's orchestrating. Timing in the eyes of God is not just about when things feel right, but about ensuring that both individuals are aligned with His purpose, ready to enter into a meaningful connection. God never rushes things, and when He's preparing two people for a relationship, He ensures that each person's life is aligned with His will. This can mean that each person has to go through their own unique process of growth, healing, and transformation before being ready to step into the next phase of life, which might include a relationship. This divine preparation often feels like a gentle nudge, a pull in your heart, a quiet whisper, telling you that now is the time. When you begin to feel that sense of peace and clarity about your connection with someone, it's a powerful confirmation that God's timing is at work. Many people often look for a sign that a relationship is meant to happen immediately. However, the truth is that God's plan works on a much deeper level. You may feel a strong connection with someone, but the timing may not be right yet. God may be holding back the relationship to ensure that you are both ready spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. There are seasons in our lives where we are learning, growing, and becoming the person that we need to be before we can enter into a relationship that truly honors Him. The most crucial element in this process is learning how to trust God's timing, even when the wait feels uncertain or uncomfortable. It's easy to feel frustrated or disheartened when things aren't moving as quickly as we want them to. But during these waiting periods, God is working behind the scenes. He's ensuring that both individuals are ready, that they've learned important lessons and have grown spiritually. During these times, we may feel that something is missing or that our relationship with God should be at the forefront. This season is about building a deeper relationship with God, because it's when we trust Him fully with our lives that He can open up the right doors at the right time. It's not just about finding the right person, it's about being the right person when the time comes. This divine preparation is often accompanied by a sense of peace that transcends all understanding. When the right time arrives, it will feel effortless, like a natural progression. You won't feel pressure or rush. Rather, you will know that you are moving forward because God's hand is guiding you both. It's not a frantic search for love, but rather an intentional movement toward a shared purpose. And God's timing ensures that both people are not only ready for each other, but also ready for the responsibilities that come with a relationship. This preparation includes emotional maturity, spiritual depth, and a willingness to love and serve one another in a way that reflects God's love. The recognition of divine timing also brings clarity. God doesn't want you to second guess His plan. He will give you signs, whether it's through feelings of peace, confirmation in prayer, or affirmations from trusted spiritual mentors. You might start to notice small details, things that seem to align in ways you never expected. When God is preparing you for someone, He'll reveal this to you in ways that make sense, whether through experiences, conversations, or moments of deep reflection. At the same time, understanding God's timing requires patience. Trusting that God knows what's best and when the best time is for you is a key part of His preparation process. It's easy to want to rush things, but learning to trust in His timing is a form of spiritual discipline that strengthens your relationship with God and allows Him to work in your life. Just as a seed takes time to grow into a plant, relationships need time to mature before they can blossom into something beautiful and lasting. In conclusion, God's timing in preparing two people to date each other is about more than just when to start the relationship. It's about being prepared spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. It's about being aligned with God's will for your life, trusting that He has a plan that will unfold when the time is right. The peace, clarity, and confirmation that come with recognizing His timing are powerful signs that God is at work in your relationship. Trusting His plan and waiting for His perfect timing is an essential part of any relationship that honors Him. When God is preparing two people for a relationship, one of the most significant aspects of this divine process is emotional and spiritual healing. This preparation often requires both individuals to undergo deep personal growth. It is not just about two people meeting and finding common ground, it's about them being ready to connect in a healthy, God-honoring way. Before entering a relationship, God often takes time to heal the emotional wounds that each person carries from their past, whether it's from previous relationships, childhood experiences, or past disappointments. This healing process is essential because it enables individuals to enter a relationship not from a place of brokenness, but from a place of wholeness. The emotional baggage that many of us carry can affect how we interact with others, especially in intimate relationships. Often we enter relationships with unresolved issues, and these unresolved feelings can cloud our judgment or cause unnecessary tension. It's important for God to heal those areas of our hearts so that we can love others unconditionally and without. Through this healing, God provides clarity and peace, helping us recognize unhealthy patterns or behaviors that may have been present in past relationships. When we allow God to work in these areas, we become more self-awareness, which is crucial for creating a healthy, lasting connection with another person. As God heals our emotional wounds, He also works on restoring our spiritual connection with Him. A strong relationship with God is the foundation for any meaningful relationship. God's love is the ultimate model for love, and understanding His unconditional love enables us to extend that same love to others. It's through our personal relationship with God that we learn how to be patient, kind, understanding, and forgiving. These are the qualities that make us not only better partners, but better individuals in all aspects of life. God's healing touch doesn't just bring emotional restoration. It also empowers us to release the pain and bitterness of past relationships. Many people carry resentment, grudges, or feelings of betrayal from previous relationships. And these emotions can hinder the possibility of forming a new and healthy connection. But God's healing power can break those chains of negativity. When we allow God to mend our broken hearts, He removes the burden of past hurts, allowing us to love again with a pure heart and a clear mind. This healing process can often be a lengthy one. God doesn't rush through the healing of our hearts. He does so carefully so that the scars we once carried become testimonies of His goodness. The waiting period can feel difficult, and at times it may seem like nothing is happening, but God is working on a much deeper level than we can see. It's during these quiet moments that He's molding us into the individuals we need to be, to not only receive love, but to give love in the way He intended. Through this healing, God also equips us to understand what a healthy relationship looks like. Many people enter relationships with unrealistic expectations, often shaped by past experiences, movies, or societal pressures. But God helps us understand what true love is. Love that is selfless, patient, and enduring. As He works on our hearts, He teaches us what it means to serve one another, to be gentle and compassionate, and to communicate openly. These qualities are vital for any relationship, and they allow us to build a strong foundation on which to build a lasting and meaningful connection. When God prepares us emotionally and spiritually, we begin to see things differently. We become more aware of our needs, desires, and boundaries. This clarity is essential when entering a relationship because it allows both individuals to approach the relationship with transparency and honesty. We stop hiding behind past hurts or fears and begin to walk in the fullness of who God has called us to be. Ultimately, emotional and spiritual healing is not just about preparing us for a relationship, it's about preparing us to honor God in the relationship. When we are healed, we can enter a relationship with the right mindset, understanding that it's not about fulfilling our desires, but about fulfilling God's will. This process of healing prepares us to build a relationship that is rooted in trust, respect, and love. In conclusion, emotional and spiritual healing is one of the most crucial aspects of God's preparation for a relationship. It's through this process that God prepares us to enter a connection with someone who aligns with His will for our lives. This healing ensures that we can love freely without the baggage of past hurts and creates a strong foundation for a relationship that honors God and serves His purpose. The journey of healing may take time, but it's a vital part of becoming the person God has destined us to be in a relationship. When God is preparing two people to date, one of the signs is the way He works on the timing of their lives. Timing is an essential element in relationships, and often it's something that cannot be rushed. God's perfect timing is one of the most beautiful and intricate aspects of His plan for our lives. The right relationship with the right person comes at the right time, something that can't be forced or artificially created. Before dating someone, God often aligns the circumstances of both individuals in a way that ensures they are both ready for the relationship, and that it will be at a time that brings growth, healing, and purpose to both people. One way God does this is by working in the individual lives of both people before they come together. Both people may be going through a season of growth or transformation during which God is refining them to be the person He intends them to be for the other. This period of individual development can feel like a time of waiting, yet it is essential for the health of the relationship. God uses these moments to build patience, wisdom, and emotional maturity. Both people need to grow in their understanding of themselves and their relationship with God before they can enter into a relationship that will be aligned with God's will. God's timing in bringing two people together is also tied to the seasons they are in, both spiritually and physically. Sometimes God may keep two people apart because it is not the right season for them to meet or form a deeper connection. In some instances, people may meet early on, but it may be too soon for them to have the emotional readiness or spiritual maturity to form a lasting bond. God knows exactly when to orchestrate the meeting so that both individuals are prepared and ready for the relationship He intends. In addition, God works in the timing of their personal lives. The relationship may develop after certain aspects of life have been settled. Perhaps one or both people have gone through a period of self-discovery or healing. Maybe they've both achieved a certain level of independence or stability in their careers, finances, or personal goals. God ensures that they are not bringing unresolved issues into the relationship, but are instead entering it as whole individuals. Now, this allows them to love and give of themselves freely without the weight of external pressures or unresolved issues. God's perfect timing is also reflected in the way He brings people together at a moment when they can truly serve one another. The relationship is not just about the personal desires of each person, but about serving and fulfilling God's greater purpose. There is a sense that both individuals are called to serve God and His will through their union, which means that the timing of their meeting is a part of something much bigger than the relationship itself. It may be that they are meant to help one another grow in faith, or to build a life together that impacts others around them through ministry or by being a witness of God's love. As God aligns their lives, He prepares both individuals to meet at the exact moment when they are ready to embark on a partnership built on mutual understanding, respect, and love. Timing is key because it ensures that both individuals come into the relationship with the emotional maturity and stability to build something lasting. The timing reflects the growth of both individuals and their readiness to take on the responsibilities and commitments that come with a relationship. Sometimes we may question the waiting process or feel impatient with God's timing. It may feel as though we are ready, but the relationship is not happening as quickly as we desire. In moments of waiting, it is important to trust that God is working behind the scenes. Just like a farmer waits for the crops to mature before harvesting, God allows the relationship to grow at the right pace. There is no need to rush what God has planned. His timing is flawless, and it will come together when both individuals are ready and when the relationship is set to thrive in the way that He has planned. Moreover, God's timing is perfect for bringing people together at moments when they can truly see the beauty and purpose of the relationship. At the right time, both people will have the capacity to be there for each other, not only to enjoy the good moments, but to navigate the challenges together. Timing allows them to develop a deep sense of trust and dependability in one another, which is essential for building a strong foundation for the future. In the end, God's timing is an essential sign that He is preparing two people to date and possibly form a lasting relationship. By orchestrating the perfect timing, God ensures that both individuals are spiritually, emotionally, and mentally prepared for what lies ahead. His plan works in ways that we cannot always understand, but when we trust in His timing, we can rest assured that He is setting the stage for a relationship that will bring us closer to Him and to each other. With God's timing, the relationship will be rooted in faith, and that foundation will allow it to flourish in ways that we couldn't have imagined. As God works to prepare two people for a relationship, one of the most crucial elements He focuses on is their individual emotional healing and growth. Before two people can truly come together and form a lasting partnership, it is important that both have undergone a process of emotional maturity and healing. Sometimes past hurts, unhealed wounds, or emotional baggage can hinder the possibility of a healthy, thriving relationship. God knows that these issues must be addressed before a deep and lasting bond can be formed. And He often uses this time of preparation to guide individuals toward emotional wholeness. Emotional healing is a foundational step in God's preparation process for two people meant to date each other. Often, we may carry emotional scars from previous relationships, personal challenges, or difficult life experiences. These unresolved issues can manifest in various ways, from trust issues to difficulty with vulnerability or unhealthy attachment patterns. God, in His wisdom and love, understands that these emotional wounds must be addressed and healed before two people can build a relationship rooted in genuine love and trust. During this time of preparation, God may lead individuals to confront their past and deal with their emotional wounds. This might involve forgiveness, either forgiving others who have hurt them or forgiving themselves for past mistakes. God's process of emotional healing is not always easy, but it is necessary. He doesn't want us to carry the weight of unresolved emotions into our future relationships, as this can prevent us from being fully present and giving love in the way that we are called to. God also teaches us emotional resilience during this time of preparation. Emotional resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks and challenges, and it is an essential quality for any healthy relationship. Before two people come together, God may help them learn how to cope with life's difficulties, manage their emotions in healthy ways, and cultivate a sense of emotional balance. When both individuals have the emotional tools they need to navigate challenges, they are better equipped to handle the inevitable ups and downs of a relationship. Another aspect of emotional preparation is learning how to set boundaries. In any relationship, boundaries are essential to maintaining emotional health and creating a safe and respectful space for both individuals. God teaches us to establish healthy boundaries in our relationships with others and to respect the boundaries of the person we are dating. This may involve learning to say no when necessary, understanding our emotional limits, and not compromising our values for the sake of a relationship. A relationship built on mutual respect for each other's boundaries is one that can flourish. Emotional healing also involves learning to love ourselves fully before we can love another person. God's love for us is unconditional, and He desires for us to recognize our worth in His eyes. When we understand and embrace the love that God has for us, we are better able to love ourselves and recognize the value we bring to a relationship. This sense of self-worth allows us to enter a relationship with confidence, knowing that we are whole and complete in Christ and that we do not need someone else to complete us. In God's preparation process, emotional growth also involves developing the capacity for vulnerability. In any deep relationship, vulnerability is essential. It requires trust and openness and the willingness to share our true selves with another person. God teaches us how to be vulnerable in a way that honors Him and allows us to build authentic connections with others. Through His guidance, we learn that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a strength that fosters intimacy and trust in a relationship. God's emotional healing process is a transformative journey that takes time. It may not happen overnight, and it may not always be easy, but it is necessary for the success of the relationship He is preparing us for. When God is preparing two people to date, He takes the time to ensure that both individuals are emotionally healthy, emotionally resilient, and ready to enter into a relationship that will be full of love, trust, and mutual respect. Emotional healing may involve confronting difficult emotions, letting go of past hurts, and learning new emotional skills, but it is all part of God's loving preparation for a relationship that will glorify Him and bring both individuals closer to one another. In the end, emotional healing is a sign that God is preparing both individuals for a relationship that is grounded in emotional maturity, resilience, and mutual respect. By healing emotional wounds, teaching us how to set boundaries, and cultivating emotional strength, God ensures that we are equipped to love and be loved in a way that honors Him. When two people enter into a relationship with emotional wholeness, they are better able to build a strong and lasting partnership that reflects God's love and purpose for their lives. As God prepares two people to date each other, He often works to deepen their spiritual connection, guiding them toward a relationship that honors Him and reflects His love. One of the most profound ways God prepares individuals for a future partnership is by fostering spiritual growth within them. This process involves both personal and mutual spiritual development, where God nurtures their faith, understanding, and relationship with Him. Spiritual growth is a critical aspect of the preparation process, as it lays the foundation for a relationship that is not only strong, but rooted in divine purpose. When two people are meant to come together in a relationship, it is essential that they both share a deep connection with God. Spiritual growth allows them to learn about God's will for their lives, how to align their desires with His, and how to honor Him in their decisions and actions. God's guidance in this journey helps them become more attuned to His voice, His word, and His presence, preparing them to navigate their future together with a sense of purpose and direction. Through spiritual growth, God often draws individuals closer to Him, teaching them to trust Him fully and rely on His wisdom. During this period, God may lead them into a season of prayer, reflection, and study of His Word. As they grow spiritually, they begin to develop a deeper understanding of their own calling and purpose in life. This not only helps them live more fulfilling lives individually, but also prepares them to bring that sense of purpose and clarity into their future relationship. A person who is spiritually grounded is better equipped to make wise decisions, stay focused on what truly matters, and seek God's will above their own. As individuals grow spiritually, God may also lead them to address areas of their lives that require transformation. This could involve breaking free from unhealthy patterns, sinful behaviors, or distractions that could hinder their ability to build a godly relationship. God's work in their hearts may require repentance, healing, and the laying down of certain habits or mindsets that no longer serve their spiritual growth. This process of sanctification, where God refines and purifies them, enables them to enter into a relationship with a heart that is more aligned with His will and purpose. In addition to personal spiritual growth, God also prepares individuals for the relational aspect of their future partnership. Spiritual growth often leads to a greater understanding of love, forgiveness, humility, and grace. These are essential qualities in any relationship, and God uses this period of preparation to teach individuals how to extend these virtues not only to themselves, but also to others. When two people enter a relationship with these qualities, they are better equipped to weather challenges, support each other through difficult times, and build a bond that is rooted in compassion and understanding. Through their individual spiritual journeys, God also begins to shape their hearts for the partnership He has in mind. He may begin to give them a sense of how they will complement each other, working together to fulfill His purpose for their lives. As they learn to lean on Him and trust His timing, they become more prepared to navigate the complexities of a relationship with a heart full of faith, hope, and love. Spiritual growth during the preparation process often brings a sense of peace and assurance. While the waiting period can be difficult, it also brings clarity and confidence. Knowing that God is working behind the scenes to prepare both individuals for a partnership filled with love and purpose provides a sense of comfort and encouragement. During this time, individuals can rest in the assurance that God's plan is unfolding perfectly, even when it may not seem so in the moment. Their trust in God's timing and His guidance becomes a cornerstone of their spiritual growth, giving them the strength and patience to wait for the right time. One of the most significant aspects of spiritual growth is the development of a deeper understanding of what it means to love as Christ loves. God's love is selfless, unconditional, and sacrificial, and as individuals grow spiritually, they learn to reflect these qualities in their relationships. This transformation not only prepares them for a healthy, loving partnership, but also enables them to be a blessing to their future spouse. As they grow in Christ, they are better able to serve, encourage, and build up the person they will one day marry. Ultimately, spiritual growth during this time of preparation is not just about preparing for a relationship, it is about becoming the person God created them to be. As individuals grow in their faith, they become more confident in their identity in Christ and more aligned with God's plan for their lives. This transformation sets the stage for a relationship that is centered on mutual respect, trust, and love, and it allows them to enter into a partnership that reflects the heart of God. When God is preparing two people to date each other, spiritual growth is a key aspect of the process. It equips them with the tools they need to build a relationship that honors Him, nurtures their individual faith journeys, and sets the foundation for a future filled with purpose and love. By focusing on spiritual growth, both individuals can enter into a relationship that reflects God's glory and is a testament to His love, guidance, and faithfulness. Through this preparation, they are equipped to walk together in faith, supporting each other in their spiritual journeys, and growing closer to God and each other as they build a life together. As God prepares you and your future partner for a relationship, it is essential to understand that this process often involves significant personal transformation, spiritual alignment, and the cultivation of emotional maturity. In this preparation, one of the most profound aspects that God brings into focus is the importance of timing. The timing of when two people meet, begin to date, or eventually marry is crucial in God's plan for their lives. Sometimes it can feel as though the right moment has not yet arrived or that the wait is too long, but trust in God's perfect timing is central to understanding why He sometimes asks you to wait for the right moment before taking steps forward. God's timing is always intentional. The waiting process is not a delay, but rather a divine orchestrating of circumstances that will align perfectly when the time is right. During this waiting period, you might experience moments of doubt or impatience, wondering why things haven't happened yet, or why God has not yet revealed the person you are meant to be with. But through this journey, God is teaching you how to trust His plan, His pace, and His understanding of what is best for you. It is crucial to recognize that God does not operate on human timelines. He sees the beginning from the end, and every step He takes is purposeful and in alignment with His ultimate plan for your life. In the waiting process, you are being prepared spiritually and emotionally. As God refines you, He is also refining the other person who will be your partner. This time is not only for growth, but also for alignment. Through patience and prayer, you are both being shaped and prepared for the future He has planned. It is important to recognize that both partners need to undergo their individual growth before they can come together in a relationship that is rooted in God's love, grace, and purpose. The person you are meant to be with is also on a journey of growth, and God is working in their heart as well, preparing them for the relationship just as He is preparing you. Another key